Today's spotlight is on fashion designer JT Garner. Hey JT, welcome to the show.
Yo, what's good? TLS, what's
Mhm.
good? Thank you for having your boy. Hey, it's a blessing to be here.
Happy to have you.
Thank you,
Let me tell
Happy
JT.
to
you guys.
have you.
Time.
Let me tell you a little bit about JT. So, designer John Thomas, JT Gardner, also known as
Yes,
JT,
sir.
is a native of Cleveland, Ohio. A graduate of Clark Atlanta University, JT would host corporate events in Atlanta and across the nation. Also, an actor and model, JT has a passion for clothes, which led to the creation of his brand Logix. That's Logicz. He believes with his brand he can enhance self thinking and shift the culture from following trends to creating their own trends. JT, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you for
you.
having me.
All right, so to start things out, was there anything we might have missed from your bio or maybe something people can't Google about you?
Um, something you can't Google about me is that I did a lot of things in my life. I would probably say the most interesting thing I've done was probably had a freestyle with P Diddy in the bathroom.
What?
So
Wow.
that was
Nice. A freestyle with P. Diddy,
yeah,
huh?
yeah,
That's
How'd it
so
yeah.
go?
So
cool.
that was
You
really
gotta lay.
cool.
Wait, hold up. You gotta lay that out for us. So, were you guys were in the bathroom? Were you at the urinal? Were
Yeah.
you at the stand to wash your hands? Like, where were you
So we
freestyling?
I've been washing hands. I was using the restroom. So what happened was I was actually working red carpet for Tyler Perry grand opening studio. And I went to the
Oh,
restroom. P. Diddy and his son, the oldest one, ended up coming in and they was like it was just like a beat on and I was just like I jumped on the beat with them and it was a cool moment. It was a moment that I wish that I could have had again. So I can my goal was like forget this rapping stuff, forget all this, and I want to just intern with you. Let me learn from you. But it was
wow. Yeah.
so many people coming into the bathroom. I didn't want to put that pressure on them and talk to them like, hey, let me intern
Yeah.
with you. I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna see them. I always believe I'm gonna see people more than once. So when it's my time, it happened again.
Sweet.
That's
All
good.
right. So
Hey,
my first question for you is, hopefully you caught our quick fire question. I'm going to ask you, what would you do if you were an employee at Disney dealing with them crazy anti-maskers spitting on you and stuff? What would you
yes,
do?
I did see that quick fire question. To be honest with you, what would I would do? Now I would probably say I would be very composed because I try to think about the opposite side. If it's intentional, oh, I'm doing getting
Yeah,
P.
yeah.
I'm
You doing the
getting
Liz E?
getting
You
P
doing the
Diddy. You know what
Liz
I'm
E?
saying?
That's it.
We we getting we throwing hands. I'm a very composed person though. I'm very composed. So ideally, I would want to be composed and like, yo, somebody get this man. Like, what are y'all doing? But if nobody's not gonna do something, I'm gonna be putting things into my own matter and handle business.
Hmm.
'Cause I don't take disrespect from nobody. Men, women, whatever. We're
Yeah.
not gonna just be disrespectful.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Lizzie,
Exactly.
I know you had some questions.
So, one, we were talking in the pre-show about Atlanta. You know, you're originally from
Okay.
Cleveland, right? But now you're
Right.
in Atlanta. So you mentioned very casually in the pre-show that you contracted the COVID-19 virus last
I
fall. So
did.
why don't you, one, we're happy that you have recovered well. But why don't you
Thank you.
talk a little bit to us about that, how you got it, and what your experience was dealing with the
All right. All
virus?
right. So as she just stated, I had contracting COVID-19 September of 20. I went to a wedding for my profile, which is my line brother. For those who don't know about fraternities, I went to his wedding, and some guests came down from Cleveland. I mean, not from Cleveland, but from New York. And next thing I know, about 18 different people 3 days later was in the chat like, "Hey man, I feel weak. Y'all, how y'all feel?"
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Me, I
wow.
feel good. I don't have any
Uh-oh.
muscle issues or anything. But I was at work I was at work that next day after everybody was talking in the group chat. I was like, man, I'm tired. Like, I'm usually not tired. Why am I so tired? And my girlfriend just made me start drinking these chai teas from Starbucks. So I'm thinking like, oh, some caffeine, and I'm like, man, it's crashing me now because I don't drink coffee, and she just put me onto the spice, and it was real good. I'm like, no, it's not that. Something is really wrong with me. Like I'm tired. I can't stay up. So I eventually I was taking a shower. Actually, I came from the gym. I went to go work out. I was coming from the gym. I had my Gatorade, and I noticed that the taste was very faint. I'm like, why? I was just tasting this. Like, why can't I
Really
taste this
taste.
Gatorade?
Interesting.
And I
Mm,
say,
Weird.
this is different for me. I'm like, okay, maybe the Gatorade just old or something. It's been in my car while I was sleeping. The sun hit me. I don't know. When something happened, we always try to avoid the truth.
Yeah,
We
of
be in
course.
denial for so long, right?
Yeah.
So a shower, and everybody know that good skin, you need that Dove. I have the
The
Dove
dove.
soap on me, and I couldn't smell it. I say something is
Wow.
wrong with the
Just couldn't
soap.
feel it.
I told my lady, I'm like, yo, I can't smell this Dove. Something's wrong. And then I'm like, okay, I can't taste nothing. I can't smell nothing. I'm going crazy. So that at that moment, I was like, okay, y'all, I done got COVID. I caught COVID. And for me, I was very fortunate to I didn't really lose breathing. I didn't have any like muscle pain or things like that. Any issues that a lot I didn't have. I just have the issues of losing my senses of taste and smell, and it was a very difficult time. It was very difficult because it's something you're not used to.
Right.
To some people,
Caught you off
losing
guard.
your smell that's easy.
Yeah.
Exactly, it catches you off guard. The only pro in those scenarios was that I was able to be around individuals who smoke or pass gas, and I can't smell nothing. I was like, all right, do your thing. Do your thing. Like go ahead.
So you had a
Or
mild
That
advantage.
like
is one advantage.
exactly. That was a great event. I can go into a restroom behind somebody at work and be okay. It's like
I love people that
we
look at
good.
silver linings, man. I love it.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I never
exactly.
But
I
Right.
never
yeah.
thought of
The only the other good thing is when it comes to my sense of taste, I was able to eat things I don't like beets. I hate beets, but I was eating a lot of healthy
Oh,
stuff because I
wow.
didn't like the
Healthy.
taste of it. So I was
Yeah,
just going crazy.
Mm.
Or somebody, if I go to a
good.
restaurant or somebody, if I eat somebody food who didn't cook, I didn't know if it was good or not. I was
Yeah.
just eating things, but I will
That's kind
force
of
myself to
horrible.
look. I will force myself back of a box of food just to like rethink about that taste. Like, oh, cheese. Oh, yeah, this. I would have to look at the picture just to kind of remember what it tastes
That's what
like,
it tastes like.
So,
All
Oh,
right.
yeah, so, but it definitely had, for a lot of people who catches COVID, it has a long-term effect on some people. For me, I would definitely say I still do not smell or taste 100% to my old ways. Like, it's not the
That's
same.
something still. That's weird.
Okay.
wow.
Yeah,
All right.
Okay.
it's
Robbie,
not.
did you have a question?
Yeah, well, first off, love the Big Mistake Cow Polo on your site. Check that out. And
Thank
I
you,
don't know
thank
why,
you, thank
but
you,
that one, it just appeals to me. It's a classic look with a touch of fun. I like it.
thank you.
What's your
So,
website?
Thank
What's
you,
your web
Rob.
address, real quick? Can you tell people your web address?
Oh, www.wearelogicz.com. So wearelogicz.com. That's also my social media platforms. We are WeareLogicz.com. You can follow me on
All right,
any platform.
so check out that thing Robbie's talking about.
heck yes. So, do you have any mask designs in the work?
Hmm,
Is this an
good
area that you want to
question.
explore with your fashion line?
So any mass design that I'm working on right now, actually, see, the brand really started off as it was. First of all, it wasn't supposed to be a brand. It was never supposed to be a clothing brand at all. But when I once I did for the brand, it was only a men's line. It was only focused towards winter and fall. I always had on a hoodie because it's part of you putting your thinking cap on, using your logics. Use your own
Your
intelligence.
logic.
So
Nice.
when I didn't have. I always like to wear suits and things of that nature. I'm like, okay, I like the luxury look. How can I make it luxury? So now that's where my focus is at. Last year, when I met Gianni, last year I came up with this monogram, this LZ print monogram, and everybody's loving it right now. I was like, all right, I guess I got something hot. So right now, what I'm trying to mass produce, I actually did like 2 weeks ago. I did a pre-order for these bubble coats. Everybody love them. So right now, I'm creating my fall look already for fall 2021. Everybody's waiting for spring and summer. I may put out a couple items, but my thing is fall winter. That's what I specialize in. I feel like that's how you know someone can dress. I love to wear the layers, and I'm tapping into this higher end luxury vibe. So I got to practice on these cut and sew items and things like that. So that's where I'm
Nice.
focused at right now.
All right, Gianni?
Cool. Okay, so I was gonna ask about the monogram puffer jackets because you did, like you said,
Hmm.
drop them recently. With how do you feel about like setting your price and how do you feel about like the saying never like shortchange yourself, especially when it comes to selling your own products or services?
Honestly, I'm still dealing with that. I'm still dealing with, should I make it this price? Should I make it that price? I don't want to sell too high. I want to sell too low. And because I'm still trying to force myself to get out of the college mindset. I'm so used to dealing with college students and things like that. And I had to realize I don't want just college kids, to be honest with you. I want the people that's rocking Gucci, Louis. I want that vibe.
You want
You
Robbie
know,
Yeah,
Rock?
I always
Robbie Rock wearing your
exactly.
stuff.
I want Robbie Rock, right? I told myself I do not want to have an expensive line. I want to give people that comfort or to not have to spin an arm or leg. But then I had to talk to myself like, well, they're going to do that anyways, whether it's my
Mm.
brand or not. People are going to do that anyway. People are
there you
going to
go.
buy what they want to buy. People are going to buy whatever libation that they want to buy that lasts for that hour, that lasts for that 20 minutes. When you could spend that same amount of same price on something on an item that lasts for 4 years if you wanted to, depending on how
Yeah.
you take care of it. So for me, when it comes to market myself, I market based off my competitors, who I want to be, who I see myself as, who I want to be. And then if I'm using the same fabric, because I'm using the same fabric as Gucci and everybody else is using, they just have a different name. They have a bigger name, they have a bigger platform. So now what I do is, okay,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
true.
make my jacket $1,200, but it's gonna be a couple $100. Why? Because this
Yeah,
generation, the fad that we live in, people like to buy things that exclusive or that is deemed luxury and stuff like that.
that's
And
true.
I have to elevate by upping my price on some things.
Right.
Yeah,
Also, and people like to buy things that are trendy,
Mm-hmm.
that look good,
Exactly.
and that are well made. And so, my suggestion for you, as someone who has been into fashion coming out the
Hmm.
womb, when I was in high school, 15 years old in high school, my nickname was Miss Fendi. I still have,
Mm.
Gucci Fendi from 1990 in my closet
Mm.
right now.
ooh,
So don't underestimate the buying power of young people. If it looks
Okay.
good and
true.
feels good, they will buy it. They
Yes.
will buy it, bro.
Yes.
Trust me.
Yes. Thank you.
That's
Thank
true.
you. Because
Keep your
I
prices
struggle
up.
with that. I struggle with that. And you know what's crazy? Because I got my girlfriend. I made her a jacket first. Because at first it was just supposed to be just for me and my girl. And everybody was like, "Well, I want it." So I did pre-orders. But we had it on at the mall yesterday, and we went to Dior and Tory Burks. I like to go in certain stores just to see what they're gonna say about the items that I'm wearing to see if they're going to inquire about it. But everybody at Lenox Mall, if you're in Atlanta, you know Lenox Mall is all about a hype.
I know
Everybody
Lennox
think they got
Mall.
money there. Exactly.
I know
So
Living
I went
Small.
there and you can only imagine how it looked for All Star Weekend. It's 2 times as
Oh
packed,
yes.
right?
Why
Yeah,
did I
that's
even think
crazy.
about that? A mess. I'm sure it's a mess. I'm sure it's a mess.
Yes, right. So I was only in there max probably for about 20 minutes, which is good. I don't even like them all. I like to go in and out. But I went
Yeah,
in,
Oh
my
yeah.
girlfriend had the jacket on, I had the jacket on, and everybody was commenting. So, what is that jacket? What is that jacket? I'm talking about men and women. I'm
nice,
like, oh yeah, this is my brand. You like it? They're like, yes. I'm like, all right, shoot me a DM, do a pre-order, just like that. So I like where
perfect.
I'm going with it.
Wow.
I like where I'm going with it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Good. We do have some comments online, so it looks like a bunch of people were asking questions about the your experience with COVID. So, given that you contracted the virus elsewhere, was there any kind of contact tracing done? And Daria Winter wanted to know, did you quarantine?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
did you have to quarantine?
yeah, I definitely quarantine. You have to quarantine. To be honest with you, I quarantined with my lady, which I shouldn't have been with my lady, but my lady and she did not catch it. I do not just got and catch
that
it.
reminds me of
So
Idris
after
Elba and his lady when
Yeah.
he contracted it.
after yeah, that's my girl.
Oh, then you getting
After
comparisons to
two,
Idris Elba, JT. Uh oh.
come on, man, come on, man. He's a good guy. He's a good guy though. He's a good guy, you know. But I guess she just wanted to be with me. But um, the tracing, we don't really know who brought it, but we know majority of everybody that was at the wedding were already in Atlanta, and
Oh,
we've been around each other for a while, and we didn't get it, you know. But once we made the party bigger, and people from New York, and we know at this time New York, their rate
oh,
for COVID was very high.
Yep.
So of course we didn't prove it, but we all can estimate and guess like who had it. Like Oh, you brought it down here. It's okay. You brought it
People from a
down.
different state. Yeah,
Like
it was you.
You,
but
you.
for
All right.
those who I did quarantine. I did quarantine just for my own safety and the safety for others. But after 10 days, they tell you guys to wait 14 to quarantine for 14 days. Between the 7th and that is your period of being able to affect anybody else, your affectionate period. So you don't really have to quarantine the whole 14 days. After your 10th, you are able to go around people and be around people. You won't
Yeah.
affect
I
anybody
don't know
after
the
the
All right.
10th
We
day.
got time for maybe one more question. Lizzie, Gianni, one of you guys want to take the last question?
Yeah.
So if you
Oh,
were
sorry.
to design, I think we could do two, me and Gianni,
We
but
can
I
make it
think
work. We'll make it work.
if you were to design JT, so you're talking about fall now. So we just did a t-shirt concert for our first TLS t-shirt. But if you were to design something for TLS in the fall, what direction would you go in
Ooh,
for us?
Okay.
asking you about your
Okay. I
visionary
mean,
skills.
for you guys put me on the spot too, but I'm basing it just off the conversation. Right now, I would definitely give you guys all something free, something not too contracted on you guys' body. You guys are all free spirited. You guys are very comfortable. But I would give you guys something with bows, something with more structured shoulders. Definitely something with a hood because it's fall and I love hoods. But
Ooh,
Me too.
something
I'm a,
that's you're gonna be able to see something texture because Rob said something about the cow print, so he likes something that stands out. But I would give you guys
yeah,
something with shoulders, something with texture, with a hood, and something that's relaxed though, so you can have the option to just pull
chill.
over and take off or zip up. So
I
for
love
sure.
it.
I
I
love that
love it.
Can we
idea.
get some
It was a
cashmere? Can we
great
get some
answer.
cashmere?
Cashmere. Look at you. You going a
Cashmere.
little too
That's
high
fair.
in cashmere.
We can
What's
definitely do some cashmere.
cashmere?
I'm actually sneak peek. I'm actually trying to work on this oversized cashmere sweater for my
There
brand
you go.
now. So,
There
so
you
I'm already
go.
doing that
Ooh,
right now. It's
There you
beautiful.
go.
fun. It's a clash of the rugby, but contemporary look. It's not true rugby, but it's the rugby far as like the Chanel patches and stuff like that. But it's contemporary with the
Oh,
oversized and the
nice.
cuts with it.
Hello.
I
Hello.
can't wait to see
And
how that looks.
Olivia, I know you're watching. He said oversized, and you just mentioned
You
on
love
script
oversized stuff.
like a lot of oversized gear. So there you go. There you go, sis.
Yes,
All right,
There you go.
Nice.
yes.
Gianni, you get the last question.
And this is a cheat. This is a
Okay.
cheat. This I got one. I got a cheat before you go, John. This is a cheat for designers that are out there. Tend to go oversized. Why? Because when you first starting off, it's hard to make clothes for women and men. But the beauty of it all, women love wearing men clothes. So just making men and the women can wear it oversized. Easy. Like
True.
that's a cheat.
That was a good tip. My last question was, oh, your overall vision now for Logix. I know that you said that you're going to be dropping something in the fall. Where do you see Logix? Do you see it as that luxury like Chanel and Gucci and Prada, all these type of brands, or do you see it being something that can be franchised in like stores or like something local, like something like that?
To be honest, I never saw it as local. I never wanted. I
Yeah.
have people when I first started. I had people like, "Yo, you should put your brand in DTLR and stuff." No, I
Yeah.
only want about 5 stores worldwide, and everything is online. I wanted to be that exclusivity. I wanted to be on the lines of Gucci, Chanel. I want that. Even though when they see my brand, they
Yeah.
see my print. When you get closer, when you see it from afar, you're like, "Yo, what is that? I don't know what it is, but it looks expensive. It looks like Fendi." When you see the LZs, it looks like snowflakes. I love that. I love that. To be honest with you, because now it looks like I'm in the right direction. And
Yeah.
everything that's been coming out, I predicted years ago. Our print was a theme. I designed that 2 years ago. Blue, the shades of blue is a color scheme for spring. I picked that last year. So I
Well,
feel like I have a niche with it. I don't know. God is putting something in me, and I'm telling you now, orange. The color of orange will be the color for this season. I guarantee you.
Orange.
It's gonna
color
be
for
color.
this
Orange
season,
Listen,
orange.
Are we
listen,
talking
listen.
all
Me
Beautiful.
and my
season.
bestie Mike Winter, who watches this, we always say oinch, oinch. So
orange?
we ready for the orange
Orange.
color for this season.
Orange.
Orange,
Oinch.
orange, orange,
Orange.
orange, orange is coming this season. But I definitely for your question, I definitely see it as on the lines of Gucci, Chanel, Fendi, Prada.
Luxury brand.
If you go Luxury. That's what I want. I want luxury. I want you to feel. That's what I want you to feel. I want you to feel powerful when you wear it. Like
Nice.
I have so. Wow. It's a.
Classic.
We're gonna do another. It's a lot of stuff that I'm on right now.
Nice.
It's a
Okay.
lot that I'm working on.
Nice.
I'm
All right.
excited.
Nice.
Let me get these last few comments in. So we got Jose says, "Yay, orange." Um, Olivia responded, "Deja, or Gianni, Idris Elba though. I'll be quarantined with him for life."
She is.
She is really caught up in some Idris, man.
She
Kevin
loves
Thatcher
Idris.
said, "Did you ever think about providing your line to the Army Air Force exchange stores? Soldiers worldwide would buy your wares, guaranteed." He's loving it. Kevin Thatcher's loving what you got.
To
So,
be to
Interesting.
be honest with you, that's a very 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 interesting thing to do. And that's the
Yeah,
beauty
that
of it
is.
is like I do everything myself. When I say everything, only thing I don't do is actually do the handwork as putting items together, but I do the designs, everything, the shipping, the marketing, everything. So it's hard for me to put things in a certain level or put things with in a certain platform to reach out. But that's my goal. My goal is to create a platform, create partnerships for marketing, for exposure. I would love to give it to them. Of course. Man, I want everybody wearing Logic. So it's not
Yeah.
limited. Like even right now, I'm not even shipping out of the US because I'm still learning that process. It's still hard to deal with that. To do it. I mean, I
yeah,
have so many people
shipping.
from Italy
Good
sitting.
stuff.
Yes, the shipping is hard. I have people on my IGs like they live in Italy, the UK, and UK dresses, UK fashion is real. It's
Mm-hmm.
like that, and they say I want some of your items. It's like, man, it cost me $75 just to ship me something. The
Mm-hmm.
shirt
It's
only
true.
$70.
It's true. It's
Whoa.
true.
Yep.
So then you have to
Okay.
add
Gotcha.
that shipping cost on the top end of what you're charging people. Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
It's
Yeah,
hard,
that's too much.
and people don't want to pay $70 for a shirt and then $70 for shipment. It's like, yo, that's crazy.
Right.
So
Right.
Yeah,
in
I
order for
wouldn't.
that to work for me, I would have to either one pay half of the shipment, somehow cut my losses, or raise the price, shipping included, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
it's different things I'm still trying to learn. But for that question, that's a great idea. If you want to shoot me a DM, you could talk more about it because you probably have some insight that I do not have. And
Yep.
I'm big on partnership. I'm big on relationships. So we can always do something.
Yep. I
Cool.
suggest
We
if you
definitely gonna tap into you for our, TLS fall gear. We're definitely gonna tap into you for our TLS fall
Tap
gear.
in.
We're gonna
Let's
see
do
you
it.
again.
Let's do
Definitely.
it.
all right.
Let's
So
do it.
feel free to jump on our Facebook page, TLS Live
I
Show,
sure
and then
will.
people have a bunch
Yes.
of comments. Looks like you got some orders already too. So
Oh wow.
so
Oh
Sweet.
wow.
JT, I want to
I
thank you for
actually got
joining us. But
I actually have off the whole
no,
40%
go
off
ahead.
the whole day.
Say it
Oh,
again.
40% off, guys. You hear that?
40% off today.
Let me go order my hoodie real quick then. Let me go order my
You
hoodie real
get the
quick.
TLS discount, 40% off today.
Yes. 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 Yes.
All right. So JT, I want to give you a minute just to share where people can find you. I know you already shared where your website, but just
Yes.
any final words that you have real quick.
Anyways, first of all, before I give my final words, I want to thank you guys, this family, for allowing me to be a part of your family, joining you guys on this good Sunday fun day. Once again, I'm JT. You can follow me on my personal brand, JT underscore the underscore brand, but on all social media for my clothing brand, We Are Logics, LOGICZ. You should find that. You can type that in anywhere. You can follow the brand. Thank
All
you
right, guys.
guys.
Check out
All
JT.
right.
Check out his closed logics.
Thank you,
Thanks
JT.
again for joining us, JT. We
Thank you,
appreciate it.
JT.
We'll see you
Yes,
See
soon.
you.
thank you. I'm tuning in on Facebook right now.
All right, jump on there. Jump
All
on
right.
there. Get in the comments. All
Look
right,
at
we'll
the
see you.
comments.
All right.